Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to Melly's Yarn and Book Adventures. Or I forgot the name of my dang on channel because I haven't been on here so long. Welcome to Melly's Yarn and Book Adventures. I'm pretty sure that's the name of my channel. Or Book and Yarn Adventures. Whatever. I don't forgot the name of my channel. Pretty sure it's Yarn and Book Adventures. So how's everybody been? I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I'm Melly. Last time I was on here, I had tried to do Vlogtober. Didn't work out too well. With the kids still being virtual and everything, it just became like crazy hectic because I have three. I have one in high school, one in middle school, and one that was just starting kindergarten. So life just got a little crazy. And then I was also working a seasonal job, for the holidays. And that just took up a lot of time too. And then I was trying to make all my lovely Christmas presents, which were socks. That's not it. I made socks for my husband and my kids and myself. Obviously that's not all they got, but And then the week of Christmas, I had got in the dreaded C word. How, I don't know, because I didn't go nowhere. I was never around people unless I was at work. And while I was at work, I was very safe. Very, very safe. My husband was at work. Very, very safe. There was no, it took a whole year, basically, almost a whole year. And so the week of Christmas, me and him were sick. Thank God I have a teenager who was an older teen, and literally on Christmas, I'm going to say that Wednesday of Christmas week, me and my husband were told to quarantine because of our results. So me and my husband were in our room, and my kids were in separate rooms. I could not speak to them, see them, and my 6-year-old was just like, he didn't understand. But he stayed in my teenager's room with her. And she made it extremely fun for him. So that way, he didn't understand, why can't I see mommy? Why is she locked in a room? Anyway, so my Christmas Eve and Christmas Day were not the best because obviously I could not leave the room. I did, however, sneak downstairs, put the gifts under the tree, masked and gloved up and everything, because I wasn't extremely sick. I was mildly symptomatic, but it wasn't about how I felt. It was that I can pass it. Anyway, so went downstairs, snuck downstairs, got the presents under the tree, sprayed them, literally took Lysol and sprayed the gifts after I touched them. Went back upstairs. The next morning, my kids came downstairs. Me and my husband suited up because what are you going to do? I'm not going to let my kids miss Christmas morning. That's horrible. We literally suited up. We masked up, we covered, we gloved up, and we sat on the steps while they sat downstairs and opened the gifts. And we watched them. I have not one picture of my kids opening up their presents because that's just how horrible it was. So we're going to forget this past Christmas. Anyway, long story short, also knitted myself a sweater while in quarantine because otherwise I was going to lose my mind. Which, I don't even know where that sweater's at. It's in the closet somewhere. I've worn it a couple times. It ended up being a crop. It wasn't meant to be cropped, but the yarn I used, which was Holst yarn, super soft, ended up blooming beautifully, but shrinking at the same time. It was longer, and then when I wet blocked it and let it dry, kind of stretched it, because I don't have proper blocking tools, because I don't block anything. It kind of shortened itself, which is fine, whatever. I wear something under it, not a big deal. Something a little bit longer. Anyway, I knit this cardigan. This is Stylecraft yarn and Hobie Diablo mohair. It was just random yarns I had. The green you see in the cream is mohair, and then the white you see in the green is mohair, and then there's no mohair on the sleeves. But then the silver has mohair. The silvery gray. And then it looks like it's pilling, but that's just the mohair. But it's like a mohair acrylic blend, so it came out a lot bigger than I wanted it to come out. But I used a Lion Brand pattern, and I used the exact needles I was supposed to use. Now the yarn that it calls for is Lion Brand Everyday Basic, which is a worsted weight yarn. Well, this is a DK yarn. So I knit the size that I was supposed to knit, which is a large, with the needle size that it specifies. And it still came out larger than I like. I don't know if it stretched or something. I don't know. It was weird. But it's comfy, cozy. I put it on when I come down in the morning when I have my coffee, because it's just still got that little bit of a chill in the air, because it's like spring, but not spring. Sorry, like my closet is open behind me and it's bugging me because I don't feel like getting up to close it. Anyway, and yeah, anyway. So that's just basically what's been going on in my life. Homeschool or virtual learning, looking for a job, because job I had was seasonal, and knitting and crocheting. This beginning of this year, I kind of wanted to learn something new. Last year I learned, what did I learn last year? Oh my God, I don't remember. Last year I learned how to knit socks. And this year, and a little bit embroidery, but not really. Punch needle. I taught myself punch needle last year, if you guys remember. You might not, but last summer, I taught myself the punch needle. Didn't stick with it. It just wasn't my thing. But I enjoyed learning it. Anyway, this year, I was teaching myself embroidery a little bit, which I packed away because I realized that my hands, being that I have rheumatoid arthritis, I can't do it for long periods of time, and I cannot do it every day. It's got to be more like I got to be in the mood for it, and only like spurts at a time. So this year I decided I want to learn how to spin yarn. I buy enough yarn, why not learn how to make it, right? It can't be that hard. So I went online, I did some research. And I purchased the Respect the Spindle book. And my first purchase for a spindle I found on Etsy. And I only bought it. I'm not going to say I only bought it. I was looking for something that would be easy for beginners. But something that was beautiful. Not beautiful, but pretty. And I found this one. And the person that, if you look up beginner spindles, this will come up. Or student spindle kits for beginners. Spinning kits for beginners, because that's just what I looked up. This will come up. It's Walnut Farms, I believe. She had quite a few. She had plain ones, the student spindles, and then she had these, which are hand painted. There was ones with little girls on it, but I got the butterflies because that made me think of my mom and my grandma. So I wanted this. This was the very first spindle I bought. And then I went on Knit Picks because I was looking for roving. Because this came with roving, but not enough to do anything with. So I went on Knit Picks to buy roving, which I bought. Wool of Andes, unspun, roving. I bought 3 colors, I think. 2 colors. I think it's like 2 or 3 colors. But I bought a Kromski because it came as like a special. It came with the spindle, the nitty knotty, and the thing of yarn. A thing of roving. And then I went and bought 2 extra. And I was like, okay, you know, because I recognize the name Kromski, because it's not like, you know, you're a knitter, you're a crocheter, you go on the websites that sell multiple things besides just yarn and tools, you know, spin related stuff. So I recognize the name. And it's made in Poland. So I gotta get that. Why? Because my mother's parents, so I would say my great-great-grandparents originate from Poland. So they're Polish. Like, my mother's Polish. And I figured, a little way to Polish, Polish maker. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spindle. Would it be good for a beginner? Probably, maybe. But you're going to drop it. And I did not want to damage this. I really did not want to damage this. So I don't use this. I use this one to ply my yarn. I don't use it to spin. Because it's just too pretty. It really is just too pretty. And then, after reading the Respect Your Spindle book, I needed to, I said, oh, you know, there's so many different kinds of spindles. There's Turkish spindles, bottom rolls, like just limitless. Handmade spindles, you know, beautiful, beautiful spindles. So then I went on Etsy and I searched up drop spindles. And I came across Snyder spindles. And I came across this. This was my first one I saw from him. And it's a Turkish spindle. And you can't see it right now. But it has a little in... I'm not going to be able to see it. Can you see it? No. Is it on that side or is it on... No, it's on that side. Where is it? Let me see if maybe I can push it out, pull it out. No. There's a I can never say the word. Triquetra? The charm symbol, if you know what I'm talking about. Engraved. These are handmade. And I love this spindle. This is like my second spin on this. With fiber I got from the Woolery. But this is probably... I bought this one and then I saw this one. And this says the original social distancing tool. And obviously, you know, whatever. I was like, oh, no, gotta have that too. Gotta get it. It's beautiful, gotta get it. Beautiful in a funny way because I got it because of what it says. But this is also my other favorite one. So then I got these 2 from Snyder Spindle. Then I got this one. This is a Jelligan, which is a Scottish spindle. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. It's not the maker or the make of it. It's just that I bought the lightest one they had, but it's just, I don't know. I'm not quite sure about it yet. I think I might be doing it wrong. But I mean, obviously I got a good thin ply. It's just not my favorite because once it starts to get heavy, it becomes hard to spin on. Put that away. Put this one away. Put this one away because I'm using it right now. I have tons of fiber. Like, I have fiber in the other room. I bought a big hamper, like one of those collapsible hampers with bags of fiber that I bought from the Woolery. Then I was watching Charmed, and me and my mom way back when I was younger, and she was I don't know how you would call it. She was always my best friend, but we used to watch Charmed. And I figured I want something else besides my butterfly that would make me happy when I use it. So I contacted the creator of Snyder's, the owner of Snyder Spindles. I said, hey, can you make me a big one? And he said he had one he was working on anyway. He would let me know when he was finished it so I could purchase it. Now, maybe he forgot to tell me. Or maybe he just forgot. Who knows? But I happened to just go on there because I kept checking my messages. And I saw it had just gone up on a website. I said, boom, done, mine. Only was one. It was mine. I had to have it. And I have this. And then, because y'all gonna think I'm crazy, you're gonna say, how many dang on spindles does she need? On the Woolery, I said I want another spindle. So I got this one. And this is like a medieval, like a recreation of the kind they would use in medieval day. It's just and I was a little disappointed in it because they had two and this was the lesser priced one. I was like, this is not what I expected, you know, because I've seen ones that are like beautifully carved or whatever. Like, this is just basic. Like, I could have made this myself. Not going to complain though, because I did a little bit of research and realized that this is actually a better representation of what they would have used in medieval times than anything else. It's a little bit hard to spin on because I think it's supposed to be supported or similar to support it. But I just flick it a little bit. Flick it, hold it, pull a little bit, and draft. Which is, I think, how you're supposed to do it, but I'm not quite sure. And I ordered another one off Etsy from Nitty Nutty UK. That's a little bit prettier. Because I done lost my mind. And I am addicted to spinning wool now. On to my progress of it. Because, oh, there is progress. I'm going to show you how it started. And I'm going to show you how it's ending. Where are you? All right, here you go. Ooh, I was looking for you. Okay. This is how it started. This has got to be the chunkiest, horriblest. This is the yarn that actually came with my butterfly. I don't know what kind of yarn it is, but it's kind of felted. It's like really just matted now. Like, just, I mean, it's really just, you know. But I'm going to keep it as a memory. It's a memory. This was my first tries. Pretty bad, huh? Now, as time went on, because this is what time went on. This was the yarn that came. It was the green, the light blue. It was the dark green and the light blue is what the dark green and the light blue is what came with my butterfly, and the gray is what came with my Kromsky. And then it was this. I mean, that's not bad, right? Not bad. I could probably make something out of that. And then it was this. As you can see, it's a little bit better. I kind of, there's some thin spots. If you see this, like really tightly twisted. Then there was this where I had bits and pieces of wool. And then there was this. Don't mind the black. The black was just holding it together. Better, right? Not better. And I think this is the one I'm most proud of because it's the prettiest. Then there was this. I have to soak all of these so that they can kind of calm down. But pretty, right? Pretty. I love this one. I think I might put these two together and make a cowl of some sort. I mean, I don't know. I think these are like 25 grams a piece. So, I mean, it's not a lot of yarn, but... And the last one I did, I got frustrated with it because it got messed up. This one. You can't really... Hold on. Let me untie it. And I think it was because I was rushing it as I was applying it. But you see, it started to like do this weird... This is what it looks like. Some's thick, some is thin. It's got a thick it's got a white piece going down where I was just trying to use up some fuzz. I mean, that's a pretty decent spin though, if I do say so myself. And this is probably like 25 grams, but I have to soak this one too. I'm just skinning it because I'm storing it. I'll probably do it before I actually use it up, but I'm really proud of this one. So it's gotten better. I'll probably make a chunky cowl out of it. So that's my new craft, guys. That's what I want to share. And I've been doing socks like crazy. These are my latest pair of socks, which I just took off my foot. Anyway, I think I've been chatting long enough. Not really reading anything at the moment. Reading the Outlander series, working through it. That's about it. But yeah, so, what else? I'm working on my Mitre Square blanket. That's my long term. I'm also working on a shawl, which you can't tell because it's all scrunched up, but it's just a triangular shawl. It's not wholly, I did this on purpose. It's specifically, I put eyelets in it just to give it some, you know, interest. And I'm working with Sidar 4.25 millimeters because I'd never seen these before, and I saw these on Wool Warehouse, and I just love the rose gold color. And I'm working with, the yarn is Stitch Studio by Nicole Cotton Colors. This is now a vintage yarn because it came from AC Moore, and AC Moore is no longer. And it's in my Oriental Tapestry bag that I got from Etsy. I've been on an Etsy kick. I've never shopped at Etsy before this year. Never. Not once. Oh, I also got, I don't want to take it off, but Strictly Sock, and can you see? It's probably going to be backwards, but it says You're a Little Drop of Wonderful. And there's badges from Allie at Little Drop of Wonderful or This Wonderful Life. Yeah. I've also, every morning, this beginning of this year, after everything that kind of happened last year, yes, I'm segueing, I kind of used my morning while my son's on virtual to have a cup of coffee, because it's 8 o'clock in the morning, sit in my kitchen so I can see him in the other room directly where I'm looking at, and just work on, I have a pair of socks. That's what this bag is. I always have a pair of socks so that I'm doing something, because I can't do my chores and keep going back and forth because it'll distract him. But I start feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I purchased this book off Amazon. And every day I just read one. And I wouldn't say I'm a religious person per se. I mean, like I have, I'm more spiritual than anything, but I figured, give it a try. And actually, I like the book. It's just a little bite of, it's just a little bite of, like, you do this in knitting, and this is how you can apply it to everyday life, in a way, to help with whether it's stress or anxiety or whatever. Here's how you can apply this method in your knitting that you would use in knitting to deal with X, Y, and Z in your life. And I thought it was really cool, and actually some of the stuff that some of the suggestions really have worked. It's knit, purl, pray, but I take it as more of like I don't know how I would say it. I take it as more of a guidance of, take a breath, calm, kind of like type thing. So yeah, I mean, that's why there goes all the reasons why I have been missing and gone off of YouTube. Not that I haven't been watching videos, I just haven't been able to make any because it's always noisy in my house. And I found a bit of quiet right now, so I figured I'd take the time, which is why it looked like I just woke up and a hot mess, because it's the end of the night and I'm just relaxing. So yeah, that's what I've taught myself, and that's what I've been knitting. I've bought tons of yarn, but I'm not going to show it all to you because it's just a lot of yarn. But not all at once. Like a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. My birthday was in March. I bought some for Christmas that didn't come until after Christmas. Like, whatever. In bursts, so to speak. I have some projects planned. Next time I'm making a project, I'll probably try to hop on and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm knitting. So I'm not going to say I'm doing a weekly video because that's just unrealistic to me, but I am going to try to do one at least once a month. I can stick to a once a month video, and that's what I'm going to do. One video a month telling you everything that has happened in the month, and it'll probably be at the end of the month. So that way that, I can have something to talk about. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling, because that's basically what it was, rambling. Glad to be back. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you want. And I hope to get back into the swing of things of sharing all my bookish and yarny and now fiber goodness with you guys. Until next time, see you later. Bye.